Welcome to Wisdom Outlined Coaching. My name is Askar Khan, your math coach. Our mission is helping you learn. In this lesson, we will try to understand what polynomials are and how are they classified. So let's dive into the lesson. Before we even understand what polynomials are, let us first try to understand what is an algebraic expression. An algebraic expression is an expression with one or more variables with a mathematical operational symbol between them. For example, x plus y. Is this an algebraic expression? Yes, because it has one or more variables. X and y are variables, and a mathematical operational symbol like plus, minus, multiplication, division. Okay, tell me 2 times x, which can also be written as 2x. Is this an algebraic expression? Yes, because it has a variable and it has a mathematical operational symbol. Okay, is this an algebraic expression? X squared plus 5x plus 3. Yes, because it has a variable and it has operational symbol. Fine. Think and tell me, is this an algebraic expression? 5 plus 3. No, because it does not have a single variable in it. Therefore, it is not an algebraic expression. It is a numerical expression. Okay, another one. X squared plus 2y plus z. Is this an algebraic expression? Yes, because it has 3 variables in it. Remember, algebraic expression is an expression with one or more variables with an operational symbol. Get this point? Now, with this understanding, we will try to figure out what is the definition of a polynomial expression. Fine. Now, let us try to figure out what do we mean by a polynomial. Let's look at this example. 2x squared plus 3x plus 5. The question is this an algebraic expression? Yes. Okay. Now look at the powers. What is the power of x over here? 2. What is the power of x over here? When no power is written, it is 1. So now, are all the powers of the variables whole numbers? You know what whole numbers are? 0, 1, 2, 3 and so on. Are all the powers of the variables whole numbers? Yes. So an algebraic expression where all the powers of the variables are whole numbers is called a polynomial. Get that definition now? An algebraic expression where all the powers of the variables are whole numbers. They are called polynomials. And a polynomial is represented by a letter and the variable it consists of. It is read as p of x, indicating this is a polynomial wherein the variable is x. In this lesson, we will be only focusing on polynomials with one variable, with a single variable. Okay, quickly now. Minus 3x to the power 3 plus 2x to the power 5. Is this a polynomial? Yes, because all the powers of the variables are whole numbers. Therefore, this is a polynomial. It can be represented as any letter g of x. Fine. Let's take another example. 5t to the power 3 plus 6t to the power 2 minus 3t to the power 1, because it's 1 we don't write it, plus 5. Is this a polynomial? Yes, because all the powers of the variables are whole numbers. Therefore, it is a polynomial. Let us represent this as h of what? T, because the variable used is t. So these are polynomials in single variables. Fine, let's take another example. Minus 6 x to the power negative 5 plus 3x squared plus 5x. Is this a polynomial? No, because the power of this x is not a whole number. Therefore, this is not a polynomial. Understand how to figure out whether an algebraic expression is a polynomial or not. Okay, let's look at this. Square root of x plus 3x to the power 5. Is this a polynomial? No, because square root of x can be written as x to the power half plus 3x to the power 5. So because the power is not a whole number, it is not a polynomial. Get it? How you figure out, looking at the algebraic expression, whether this algebraic expression is a polynomial or not. Fine. Now let us try to understand what are the different ways polynomials are classified. Let us try to understand some of the terms that are used when we are studying polynomials. Let's take an example first. 2x to the power 3 minus 5x to the power 2 plus 4x plus 8. Is this a polynomial? Yes, of course, because all the powers of the variables are whole numbers. Therefore, it is a polynomial. Fine. Let's represent this with p of x. A polynomial in the variable x. Each is called a term of the polynomial. Each is called a term. So how many terms does this polynomial have? It has 4 terms. Got the idea? Okay. Now, the constant number that is multiplied with the variable, they are called the coefficients. Understand now? The constant number that is multiplied with the variable, they are called coefficients. So when I talk about coefficient, you know what I am talking. For example, what is the coefficient of x cube in this polynomial? The coefficient of x cube is 2. Good. What is the coefficient of x? It's 4. What is the coefficient of x squared? Did you say 5? No, it's minus 5, along with the sign. Understand what coefficients are? What is a term in the polynomial? With this understanding, now let us see what are the different ways of classifying polynomials based upon their number of terms. let's try to learn the different classifications of polynomials based upon their terms. Let's look at one polynomial. P of x is equal to 5x cubed. Is this a polynomial? Yes, because the power of the variable is a whole number. Okay, how many terms does this polynomial have? It has only one term. So a polynomial with one term is called a monomial. Mono means one. Got this point? Okay, let's look at another example. G of x is equal to minus 8 x to the power 4 plus 3x cubed. Is this a polynomial? Yes. How many terms does this polynomial have? It has two terms. So a polynomial with two terms is called a binomial. Clear? Good. Let's take another example. H of x is equal to 6x to the power 5 plus 8x cubed plus 3x squared. Is this a polynomial? Yes. How many terms does this polynomial have? It has 3 terms. So a polynomial with 3 terms is called, can you guess? It's called trinomial. Good, very good. You're getting smart, especially after watching my videos. Just joking. Anyway, please do share my videos and subscribe to the channel and keep watching them. Now do you understand how polynomials are classified based upon the number of terms? If it's one term, it's a monomial. If it's 2 terms, binomial. 3 terms, trinomial. This classification is based upon the number of terms. But there is another way of classifying polynomials based upon the number of its degree. Let us try to understand what is that. Let us look at this polynomial. P of x is equal to minus 5x to the power 4 plus 3x to the power 3 plus 2x to the power 2 plus 8x plus 9. Of course, this is a polynomial. By now, we have become an expert in figuring it out whether this is a polynomial or not, because all the powers of the variables are whole numbers. Fine. Now, the question is, what is the highest power of the variable in this polynomial? The highest power of the variable in this polynomial is 4. So we say that the degree of this polynomial is 4. You understand what do we mean by degree now? The degree of the polynomial is the highest power of the variable. And since we are dealing only with the polynomials of single variable, so we don't have to complicate issues. So simple, the degree of the polynomial is the highest power of the variable. Okay, with this understanding, can you tell me what will be the degree of this polynomial? 8x cubed plus 3x squared plus 9x to the power 10, for example. So what is the degree of this polynomial? Ask yourself the question, what is the highest power of the variable? The highest power of the variable is 10. So the degree of the polynomial is 10. The best way to become a self-learner is try to ask questions to yourself and then get on the journey of discovering the answers. In this way, you will soon become independent of the teacher. So ask questions to yourself. and then come up with the answers. That is the best way of becoming a self-learner. So now we understand how to figure out what is the degree of the polynomial. Great. Now tell me, h of x is equal to 5x plus 3. Is this a polynomial? Yes. What is the degree of this polynomial? Meaning, what is the highest power of the variable? It is 1. Don't make a mistake. If no number is written as a power, it is 1, not 0. So since the degree of this polynomial is 1, degree is 1, it's called a linear polynomial. Understand? So what is a linear polynomial? A polynomial where the degree of the polynomial is 1 is called a linear polynomial. If we have to generalize and write any constant as a and b, we can write the same expression as ax plus b, a general way of writing a linear polynomial. Okay, let's look at another one. G of x is equal to minus 5x squared plus 3x plus 8. What is the degree of this polynomial? The degree of this polynomial is what? 2. Good. Because the degree of this polynomial is 2, it is called a quadratic polynomial. Quadratic, where the degree of the polynomial is 2. In general, you can write the polynomial as ax squared plus bx plus c. In general, for a quadratic polynomial. We will be dealing with quadratic polynomials, how to factor them later. Keep watching the videos. Okay, let's look at another one. Say z of x, for example, anything, is 8x to the power 3 plus 3x squared plus 5x plus 9. What is the degree of this polynomial? The degree of this polynomial is 3, because the highest power of the variable is 3. So a polynomial whose degree is 3 is called a cubic polynomial. Now, do you understand how to classify polynomials based upon their degrees? If the highest power, if the degree is 1, it's a linear polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial is 2, it's quadratic polynomial. If the degree of the polynomial is 3, it's called a cubic polynomial. So polynomials, we learned the classification of polynomials based upon the number of terms, based upon the number of degrees. We learned the definition of what a polynomial is. We learned what coefficients are. I hope the basic understanding of polynomials is clear. Thank you for watching this lesson video. And in the forthcoming videos, we will dive more deeper into solving equations related to polynomials. Fine, stay tuned. Thank you for watching this lesson. My name is Askar Khan and I'm the founder of WisdomOutlined Coaching. If you are looking for more math classes, you can WhatsApp me at this number as well as the number given in the description below. Thank you. Do subscribe to this channel and share it with others and help others learn.